finally, part B is doing the actual mail merge. You could do it the more complicated way that I showed you in class, although some people might find it not so complicated at all, or else you could use the wizard, which is going to show up in the task pane. The bonus 10 points is, we're going to send this to dear title last name. So all of that is part of a greeting. It's the type of typical information you'd store about a person. But we would also like to add a line. This is for the bonus 10 points. We would like to add a line to the second paragraph that reads, last year you donated a specific item. And we're going to plug in the item from our database, from our mail merge source, data source. So you don't have to do that, but if you do, you get an additional 10 points. So over here we say, so maybe list one item. So we're going to say, last year you donated space dot. Now they donated something, and we're going to put in some item at this point over here. And we would like to so that would be for the bonus 10 points, and for the main part of the mail merge, we want to change this Dear Friends of Canby County into a greeting line, which is pulled from various information. So we're going to make this into a mail merge using new data. So we're going to make up a list of 3 people. You could do 2 people, doesn't really matter. You're just showing that you know how to do this mail merge. So we're going to choose Tools, Letters and Mailings, Mail Merge. Once again, that's Tools, Letters and Mailings, Mail Merge. And that's going to bring up the mail merge toolbar on the side. And it's a letter, so we're going to stick with letters, and we're just going to go step by step, click on next, each time specifying our information that they requested this step. So next, starting the document. How do you want to use the letters? Do you want to use the current document? That's okay. So we're going to say, just click on next. Now we select the recipients. So we could use an existing list. We would do that if we had one, but we don't have one. So we're going to type a new list. And then once we choose type a new list, we have this little button that says create, which will create a new recipient list. It's going to store it as an access database. I'm going to click on create. We got to give it a couple of moments, because this is the first time Word used this feature, so it might take a little bit of time. And here we want title, first name, last name, etc. Now if you want to have this bonus 10 points, so you want to customize it, instead of just having information about the person that's typical, like title, first name, last name, company name, any of this you could really leave out, we would also want to customize it. So we'll go to this bottom where it has email address, and we're going to click on customize to add a new field. And right after email address, I'm going to say add, and we're going to type a name for the field, and I'm going to type item and say OK. And here I have item now as the last item. I might have wanted to move it all the way up to the top, right after last name or something, so that I would see it, especially since I'm skipping all the rest of this information. But for now, this is OK. So I click on OK, and now I type in the information for the first person. See, this is entry 1. The title is going to be Mr. The first name, well, I'm not going to actually use it in the mail merge, but I could have made up some kind of information there. But the last name is going to be Smith. So dear Mr. Smith. And the item that he donated is going to be a carrot. And then I'm going to click on new entry to add another person. And this is going to be Ms. Sally Struthers. And the item that she donated was a Lexus. And so now I have 2 different items, and then at this point I can click on close. And so now that created the list. It's going to ask me to save it as an MDB file, a Microsoft Office address list, but it's really a Microsoft database file, an access file. And I'm going to call it whatever I want to call it. I might want to store it in my documents where it would be more easily accessible, but it could also be in my data sources. I'm going to type here my name, Josh, and it's now creating the file. It has Miss Smith. If I would scroll over to the side under items, I would see a carrot and a Lexus. See, right here. And then I'm going to say OK. These are the people on my list. So now it changes it to use an existing list, and that existing list is from Office address list in josh.mdb. And I could edit that recipient list if I wanted at this point, but this is good enough. And now the next step is to write my letter. So I'm going to click on next, write your letter. I've already written it, but now I'm going to take where it says Dear Friends of Canby County, and get rid of it. And instead, I'm going to put in a greeting line. And the greeting line is going to be of the form, Dear Mr. Randall, comma. And then I say OK, and say I have a greeting line. As part of that additional 10 points, if I want to say last year you donated, and you put the item, so we have here under more items I can click on, and it'll give me a list of all the various things I can insert. So I'm going to choose item here and say insert, and then close. Now they actually also wanted within this to do some spell checking in the original, so continuing is misspelled. There might be other misspellings in there, but I'm just going to take away the E so that continuing is spelled nicely. That's not required, but just it's a good idea to do. And similarly, exciting was doubled here. So we could fix it up as we might see appropriate, but the point here is that I put in this greeting line here, and if I didn't have greeting line, let's say I was doing it the alternate way, that I first create an Excel spreadsheet and then I insert these merge fields one by one. So I would type Dear and then put in the title as a merge field, and I type a space, and then I put the last name as a merge field followed by a comma. And similarly for item, I could do that as well. Okay, so that was that step of it. And now the next step is to preview your letters. At this point you could see recipient 1, and you could go recipients 2 and just go between different recipients and see how it's going to end up looking. And then finally the next step is complete your merge. So we're going to go to complete your merge, and there's something that says edit individual letters, which is the equivalent of clicking on merge to a new document. So I click on this, and it asks me how many records I want to merge to the new document. I'm going to say all. And here I have a new file. It's called letters 1, which on the first page it has Dear Mr. Smith and says that he donated a carrot. And if I scroll down, then here's the second letter that would be printed out that says Dear Ms. Struthers, that says that she donated a Lexus. So we've successfully completed the mail merge, and we've successfully completed the test. So at that point you could save, you could close, whatever. We're just going to end at this point.